Welcome to a new episode. Today, I want to talk about embodiment practices. And actually, why are they so crucial and what are they, right? How does a practice look like? And why should you maybe consider to do the practice, right? If we are meeting the first time, my name is Patricia. And yeah, I'm so happy to have you. What we are doing here is we are looking deeply into who you are and who you want to become. And for that reason, many things actually have to go from your current life. Many pain, hurts, emotions need to be recognized. And to make space, I'm constantly on the way to experience and explore new modalities because I love to explore. I think they're sometimes very challenging and sometimes they are really juicy. So today we have very a juicy practice, or maybe we are not even going into the practice itself, but I'll share a bit on how that may look like for you. Okay? With that said, let's dive into today's video. I want to go firstly into what are embodiment practices, right? We hear a lot of these practices recently, and I feel like it's important to understand why we would even do that. So, not to go too deep into detail because sometimes I just feel like that's not even necessary. You can go and Google yourself and try to understand more about the practices and why they're so coming into play like they do at this current moment. For me, what is really important to understand is that we have certain emotions that are in our body and they're stuck. Now, imagine this, okay? Just by using the word emotion, it's emotion, okay? And emotion wants to be moved. Now, the way how we practice in this current moment of our society, of the way how we grew up, okay, what we've learned is we process via the mind. And the mind is a great tool. However, it's very limited, right? It's very limited to certain structures, what we have learned. And to get out of these structures, right, we need to break the rule, right? And you can't break the rule with your mind. It just doesn't work. Like I can set up my mind and say, okay, I'm not angry anymore, or I'm not afraid anymore. Well, my body will not believe me. And the next moment where a similar situation shows up, I'm again afraid, I'm again angry. So I don't know for you, but that was always very frustrating for me. I was like, okay, I mean, guys, how is it possible? The elders are living already so much longer than me. And the only tool you have for me is using the mind and just telling myself off. I don't know for you, but it doesn't work for me. So here is when I started to search more and deeper. And I started to recognize that the body needs to be very much included in the process of the transformation, okay? Getting rid of your emotion is not the deal. What you need is to transform it, because energy only transforms. It doesn't go away, right? The energy is staying here. Now, when we start to understand that energy is all the time around us, and energy or emotions are just a vibration, it's an energy, okay? So for some reason, I feel like I still have to explain that, while I feel like we should be in the process to understand this now. However, just a small a small info for you about, what emotions actually are. And the understanding of embodiment practices is, in order for them to transform, we need to move them. And we are using the body to do the movement, to make them shift, to make them ground, okay? Now, anger, rage, all these, let's say, rather denser energies or rather denser emotions, they are usually stored in our body, in the belly region, right? In the pelvis region even. And when you start to work on yourself, when you start to work with embodiment practices, where we are diving into shortly on what they are, we start to recognize how much there is stored, okay? I mean, when I started to work on this region, I felt like, yeah, there might be a little bit, I realized, ooh, there's a lot. And it's because the anger that we were unable to process is stuck. And I don't want to scare you. That's really not my intention. But have you ever felt real anger outbursts? Like, when you are like, okay, this person said this tiny little thing, blew up. Like, you were out of your mind, totally blew up. You're so angry, but it's really like next level. It's rage, like full horse power, okay? There is nothing wrong with you, but you need to learn how to channel it and in a safe way, These practices help you to channel that energy rather in a safe way than to introduce your anger to someone else and to basically spill out all your stuff, right? I mean, have you ever had an outburst that was so big, like a volcano, and that person over there was just like, yeah, I don't get it here. I mean, bye. I get back to you when you're normal again. And that even made you more upset because you didn't felt recognized. Okay? Now, not feeling recognized is actually also mirroring back to you because you never recognized your own emotions, right? Ding, ding. If you never recognize how you feel or how you felt, okay, this probably goes a little bit back into the early days when you grew up, okay? Oftentimes, it's actually because we couldn't show up authentically. We couldn't represent ourselves authentically. Why? So there's these two, it's not attachment, like two things. Okay, let's say it like this. There are two things that a child actually needs, okay? Apart from shelter and roof and all of that, okay? No material stuff here. One is attachment, which actually means that I want to connect to my mom, my dad, someone who is close to me. I need attachment to actually explore myself and also explore this whole surroundings. I need that as a child. I need to feel connected, to feel safe, to feel carried, to feel part of the group. Is very a primal need, right? Very, very primal. Now, it's not really about the love that you are giving me is the greatest. You will do pretty much everything to receive that because it's a basic need that oftentimes isn't met. Now we have the other part that is about being yourself, being super authentic. By the way, this comes from Gabor Mate. So if you want to dive deeper into this, then go over and check him out. He's great, brilliant. So the other part is about self. It's about expression, okay? Learning more about authentically speaking your truth. Now, you have those two things next to shelter, next to your basic needs, such as food and whatsoever. If your family dynamic doesn't look like they are allowing you to really show up for you, right? You're maybe in a family dynamic where things that represent you or that is something you want to explore as a child isn't like to be seen, okay? They don't want you to show that face to the neighbors, to the school, to whatsoever, right? Because it's not the social norm, because it may mean that you lose your face or your family loses your face, right? It's very social oriented. If you can actually be really yourself, it's very about you don't want to be excluded from your herd, right? Which is in direct contact of the first or of that need I have said, which is the attachment, right? I need the connection. So what will I do as a child? Well, I will sacrifice myself because the basic attachment I cannot get rid of. I need that. So I will do everything I can to be connected. This is also why people pleasers, for example, they get really into trouble. All those kind of things where we are trying to get our needs met, only to find out they will never be met. So how many people do you have outside in this world who are like, my needs are never met. I never received love. So this is a deep, deep wound. Do you see that? Do you feel that? Now, if you go into that, where is that anger? Because it will show up as anger. If you are never showed up authentically because it wasn't like to be seen, because you were pushed down, because it was always like the way you are isn't okay, I tell you that there is a hell lot of anger because that rage couldn't go anywhere. And you repressed parts of yourself in order to feel connected to your mom or to your dad. And so what you did was you created some sort of disconnect to the self and disconnect to your soul, to your authentic expression, to who you truly are, which you're here to really discover and, go like an onion and try to understand, okay, well, who am I without all my learnings? And these learnings, they weren't really bad. It's just sometimes they are not ideal for you to grow further, right? I don't want to make this so much about your past. I just want you to understand that that those energies, right, those deep, deep wounded energies, you need to be able to flush them out of your body. And the way you do that, okay, is by using embodiment practices. Embodiment practices is to work with your body, to move with your body, to feel what is there, okay? Now, you can do this in at your home, wherever you are. It's about dancing, moving, drumming, getting into here, getting into and opening this up. It's about moving your body the way it needs to be moved in order to transform your emotions, okay? As we said earlier, you can't get rid of it, and that's not the goal. You need to transform it so you feel lighter in a sense of, I want to discover what is there without that pain, right? I want to learn more about myself. Who am I? without that, right? Who am I without that anger, without all those emotions that I feel, right? Sadness, maybe even joy. I mean, hey, this is great. Please practice to feel joy, right? This is also, it's not only to get rid of or to transform, that was the word. It's also to feel joy, to feel the love, because we have to be real. Most of us have never experienced unconditional love. It was always conditioned. It's if you behave this in this way, I'm going to take away myself so you feel in pain because you don't have the attachment anymore. This is what I've experienced. I've experienced silent treatment for most of my life. It's very, very upsetting when you're a child that your emotions have zero value. They do, but you know what? You want to use them as a signal in order to know where to go next. You want to use them as a tool. And for that, you need to purify what is in your body. You need to understand, okay, how can I get this out of my body? You know, you need to learn the chakra system, okay? It's not really about, do I understand every single detail? No. See, most often you just feel into it. You feel into it and then you do what is right for you. There is no step-by-step guide in that sense, because the feeling and what you will experience is on you. It's what you need. Always set the intention, this is in my highest good. And because of that, it's in the highest good for all and everyone, okay? I want you to understand that you are not only doing this for yourself, you're doing this for the whole people who are around you, because you're showing them being yourself, being authentic, expressing yourself, sharing your truth is okay, right? It's so much about shame and guilt that is holding us back. I mean, this is incredible big. I cannot say this enough. Like the way how we shame ourselves, and because of that we shame others, is really big. And listen, that needs to stop. And it starts with you. Everything starts with you. Your life is going to change big time if you start to work on this, right? Like the first step, what I really like to do, if I have to give some steps, okay, is because I was so working with the mind in the beginning. I love to work with the mind, but see, you have to connect the mind and the heart, because else you're never getting there. Most of these embodiment practices, they look absolutely weird from the outside. They are not like the beautiful art that we have here on what is art, okay? But it is actually right that. It is about getting full into your body, understanding, allowing your body to be fully present, allow yourself to be present. What is here? What do I need to feel that I haven't felt for years, that I did not allow myself to feel? Get free of them. You are not tortured by them. You are here to free yourself. And then, okay? And then you are actually able to allow a new energy in, allow a new frequency in, right? A frequency that actually suits who you want to become. While already have compassion for who you are. I always find this very difficult. See, it's not like you want to always be in the future. This is very much, I'm present to what is here. I'm present to the resources I have. I'm present to how I feel, right? I use all of this and I find a way to express myself that way. I find a way to be myself, even if I don't know, had a total different idea here on how that may look like. It doesn't matter, right? Stay flexible. Stay flexible in how you want to move, right? Stay flexible in how you want to dance. Now, here's the thing. When you start those practices, I believe the best is to do this by yourself first, okay? Be in a room where you actually feel safe, very, very crucial, okay? This is about, hey, I'm opening up my channel. I want to feel safe so big that I will call everything and everyone, right? Whatever you believe in to keep me safe. I really, really mean that. I mean, I couldn't have done this without that whole thing, right? If you want to call God in, if you want to call your higher self in, if you want to call in Pachamama, nature, whatever it is to keep you grounded, that's most crucial. You need to feel safe in order to open up, okay? You could not express your anger before because you didn't feel safe to do so. This needs to change. You need to change, okay? You need to change. That doesn't work, okay? All right, so you do that. You kind of create your space, lit up a candle, start journaling, start to write how you feel, okay? Maybe that's easier for you in the beginning. Start doing that. Start to feel that, start to open up, start to clear, okay? Let it go, let it transform. Don't hold on to it. Have you ever met those people who you can tell that they have still some grief or some grudge? I think it's grudge. You know, when you want to hold on to some kind of anger, because actually, and this is quite a quite a secret. I mean, see, anger also gives us some power, but it's not the power we want to build on because it backfires. Okay, you're burning out and you will not even recognize that you're burning out. The first 25 years of my life, and I'm 34 right now, I have lived pretty much in anger. I was showing people my anger, my rage in order to get my needs met, right? You're not seeing me, like that. I mean, the truth is, it backfires. What do you really want, right? It's connection. You want true love. You want to feel love for who you are, but that's not who you are. So you're showing up as something you're not, expecting to receive something else. Okay, so the video just froze. I don't know. So what you're doing is you are actually trying to you're trying to set the stage first. Okay, you're setting the stage. You feel safe. No one is actually bothering you. Okay, make sure no one is entering your room. This is your space. Okay, your space. Shut down your phone. Don't get distracted. This is important. Now, imagine you're lying on the floor. I find that very, very helpful. So if you have a mat, anything that you can lie on, right? Anything. Lie on that floor and feel how the mother, the earth is holding you. Feel that, right? Allow yourself to feel. Now we can already practice, okay? Get on your floor when you're ready. Get on the floor and actually Feel carried by the mother itself. Feel carried to explore your emotions and feel safe because she's going to help you. Pachamama is going to help you to transform. It's going to help you to feel into it while feeling safe. Okay, you don't need anyone else. You just need yourself to be okay and be present. Now feel into that. What do you feel? Okay, put it from the belly region and pull it up. What do I feel? Ooh, here is a bit itchy. Feel. What do I feel, right? What do I feel? What do I feel? Get very quiet. Feel what is there. What is in your belly? Do I feel sadness? Do I feel frustration? Do I feel anger, rage? What is there? What is present? Right? What is present? Can you feel that? Can you feel the peace in it? Can you feel the peace in that? If you're lying on the floor, then I ask you to really bend over and to make yourself as big as possible. Stretch yourself. The feet, the arms, the shoulders, everything. Stretch as much as you can. Very widely. Stretch. And say, I'm okay to feel. I'm okay to experience how I feel today. What is it that I need to see today? Feel. Use breath to let go of the tension. Okay? Breathing in, feeling it, and letting it go. Giving it back to nature, right? If you're on the floor, this is great. Giving it back to the nature. What you can also do is you can now crumble. You can crumble and go like in this position where you're really putting everything inside, kind of like a fetus, getting really small, getting comfortable, releasing, feeling grounded again, letting go of whatever was disturbing you. Okay? Feeling into this and learning that whatever you experience, it's okay. And maybe you have to do it multiple times or longer, shorter, whatever. Do what feels right for you. Okay? Letting it really go. Understanding that you're transforming it actually with the help of nature. You are understanding that your body is a convey that can explore a lot, can feel a lot, and you allow yourself to feel. You allow yourself to experience, and you learn to see it's not personal. See, your emotions aren't against you. It's not personal. It's a signal. Where do I want to go? Right? Oh, this is a deep pain. I feel that. Okay, what is there? Let's discover. I got angry because I feel not accepted. Okay, let's explore further. Can I give some compassion to myself for feeling that? Can I give my inner child some compassion to feel that? Right? Open that heart. Okay, whatever you're experiencing right now is not to be judged by the mind. Your mind, if it's too busy thinking and, going all the way around, get your intention back. I'm here to be present. Shut up. It's your intention that is important. You need to have the intention that you want to cleanse, right? Release your body from the heavy day that you have experienced. Release it, letting it go, cleaning it. You can see what I'm doing with my hand. I'm taking it off, right? I'm taking it off from my hips, right? Letting it go, right? Cleansing it, releasing it, right? Now, the last step I would recommend you is to ask for the highest form of love that you can receive. What is the highest form of love that you can receive at this current moment? Allow yourself to feel all the bliss, all the love that you have always wanted, but you couldn't feel it, you couldn't experience it. You were kind of pushed back to not feel it. Can you allow yourself to feel it? Because it's all around. It's always here. It's always connected to you. You need to allow it though. You need to say yes to it. You need to be able to hold space for it. You see, your body might not get used to it, so you're freaking out. That's okay. That's normal. Allow yourself to go as far as you can, but don't overdo it, okay? Always set the intention, I go as far as I can, or as far as it's good for me, but I'm not stepping over that, okay? Always keep this in mind. I allow myself to feel as much love as I can for this current moment. Give yourself some grace, give yourself some compassion to allow yourself to go that way. It's a deep, deep journey. It's really, 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 really deep, right? Now, there are many, many other practices that you can do. I really, really love this one because you can do it in the morning. You can do it in the evening. You can do it when you're lying in the bed, although I really, really recommend to lying on the floor. It's crucial to feel connected to the nature, to the Pachamama, right? I feel that really helps. If you want to do it differently, please go ahead, right? There is no right or wrong. This is the great part about this, right? Now, this, I would say, is quite an easy embodiment practice, and there's so much I could add here. I wanted to do it as simple as possible, so I do hope that I managed to do that, okay? I hope it served. And with that said, let me know how you feel. Write in the comment section right below. And yeah, I really do hope that this has helped you and supported you on your way. And until we see each other again, have a wonderful day. Always give yourself some grace. Allow yourself to feel loved. It's crucial if you want to move further into becoming the version that you are actually imagine for yourself, okay? That is receiving all the love, that is actually able to receive this beautiful relationship you may look for. This great exploration can only be explored or experienced if we start to understand that this is very much possible, and we need to start to learn to feel love way more. There is no end to this, by the way. This can be explored generally by stages, okay? So in the beginning, I could only explore like a really tiny until I felt so uncomfortable. My body was shaking. I got tears. I was really, really it was difficult, really, really difficult. So if you do feel that everything is okay, give yourself the time and the time you need to explore, because it's difficult if you have never felt that. It's really difficult. Okay, so we see each other soon. Thank you so much, and yeah, don't forget to subscribe if this is something you enjoyed. All right, bye bye.